Jesus didn't borrow the tomb, he conquered it. You've heard it said that Jesus borrowed the tomb, that he only needed it for the weekend, that it was a temporary stopover on his way back to glory. But let me correct that soft version of truth. Jesus didn't borrow the tomb, he conquered it. And there's a world of difference between a guest and a king. When a man borrows something, he leaves it unchanged. He returns it as he found it. But when Jesus stepped into that grave, he didn't leave it untouched. He broke it. He crushed its hold. He shattered death's claim and then walked out with the keys. You don't borrow what you intend to destroy. He entered that tomb like a warrior entering enemy territory, and he left it like a lion who owns the battlefield. Religions revere graves, they build shrines, they guard the bones of dead prophets. But Christianity points to an empty tomb. That's the difference. Buddha is buried, Muhammad is buried, Confucius is buried, every founder of every world religion is still buried. But Jesus, he's not missing, he's risen. And you think this is a metaphor, that the resurrection is symbolic, that his followers made up a tale to comfort their grief? Then explain why Roman guards vanished in fear, why terrified disciples turned into bold martyrs, why history itself pivots on this moment, not because a tomb was borrowed, but because a grave was defeated. Romans 6:9 declares it loud. Christ being raised from the dead dieth no more, death hath no more dominion over him. Did you catch that? No more dominion. Death lost its crown, the tomb lost its teeth, and Satan lost his final threat. So let me ask you, skeptic, if Jesus stayed dead, why are you still trying to prove he didn't rise? If he's just a myth, why does the name of Jesus still cause demons to scream, regimes to tremble, and sinners to weep? Because the resurrection isn't a rumor, it's a reckoning. Pastors have softened it, priests have ritualized it, imams have denied it, and you've tried to ignore it. But truth doesn't need your permission to be real. The tomb is empty. That's not theology, that's history. And it changes everything. He didn't need the stone rolled away to escape. The stone rolled so you could look in and see that death was not the end. It was the beginning of a kingdom that cannot be shaken. That tomb isn't a borrowed room. It's a conquered fortress. And here's the message you can't escape. The grave is no longer your destination. It's just a door. Because the one who walked out now walks with you. If he conquered the tomb, what chain can hold you? What fear can silence you? What guilt can bury you? This isn't a story about a man who came back. It's the account of a God who never left. The resurrection wasn't the end of the mission. It was the beginning of yours. So stop living like the tomb still holds him. Stop praying like he's still wrapped in linen. Stop preaching like he's waiting to rise again. He already did. And that resurrection power isn't locked in Jerusalem soil. It lives in every believer who dares to say, he conquered it for me. So go ahead, debate, dismiss, deny. But you can't erase what the grave couldn't hold. Jesus didn't borrow the tomb, he conquered it. Prove me wrong.